This is the Manager's Tools area in Inquiry Max. So I'm logged in as a dealer principal, but depending on the roles and privileges that you have set, it's highly likely that any manager role will see the same amount of tools. Now, I'm at a retailer level. These tools here, these setup areas, can be taken away from the retailer and put in a group level login, or can be put in at a parent level login. So we have three hierarchical scales of login in Inquiry Max. You've got the retailer, the child, and then the parent. So if you're a group manager and you want to control your sources of inquiry, for instance, centrally, instead of having all of your retailers putting in a slightly different description for the same source of inquiry, which can make a bit of a mess of your source of inquiry report, then log in as a parent user, take the actual source of inquiry away from the retailer and put it either in child or parent groups. We do cover that off on another video of how child and parent groups work. So we're just going to go through the tools area. So first of all, system setup, so manage users. So you can see here a list of users that are connected to my Inquiry Max system, and all of these can be edited quite simply. So let's just go into one. So here you can see that we've got the user username. We can change the password, and then we pop an email address in here. The email address is useful for if you send an email from Inquiry Max, then we want to make sure that the customer's response goes into the correct email account. The roles available are here. Fleet roles are obviously part of the fleet and business system that Inquiry Max also supplies, which is obviously covered off on another video. And then we've got central lead recipient if you want to have an email received when a lead is delivered into Inquiry Max. So just tick that box if you do. And then if you're TCF qualified for the TCF module, then you would tick that box as well. Now, depending on what you've actually got enabled in here, so you can see there's a FISC user ID box there. So FISC is an FCA supplier, demands and needs, same as Auto Protect, or if you have CDK integration. So depending on what you've actually got switched on will determine how much you actually see in here. There might be a few more boxes if you have CDK on and also Auto Protect switched on as well. So once you've set up your users, obviously people can log in using that user profile that you've created. If you want to delete a user, then you can't delete a user if they have customers connected to them. So that you can only delete users after transferring all customers. So you do need to transfer the whole database away, which is done in the Customers tab, which is covered off on another video. So that's your user's profile area. Roles and privileges, so you can see the different roles available in the business and actually what they have access to. So a sales executive, for instance, you might want to give them the valuation page, but you might not want to let them see the actual cap or glasses valuation figures, so you can take that away from them. If you don't want them to stack their own deals, then you can take away the deal builder access, etc. With the deal builder, we can actually give access to the deal builder, but we can grey out the discount boxes and the finance area, which is done in our admin system. So if you want a user to be able to actually access the deal builder, so they can build their own order forms and offer sheets, but not have any impact over the actual discount and etc., then if you go down to here, discounts, deal builder, read only. So if I leave that as is, then they won't actually be able to do any discount, but I've left the finance one open, so they can give finance figures, but they can't give discount. So you can see how tailored and configurable the actual each user profile is. Terms and conditions, pretty simple, just drag T's and C's into here, or you can enter them by using HTML formatted code. Handover checklist, again, drag and drop or use the code, you can see here the sorts of things that you probably want to ask for. So what sort of information the customer will need to tax their new car, how you accept payment, what part exchange details you require, finance information, etc. Now, in the documents area, every time you sell a vehicle, if you go into documents, you can print this off with every order form. It's just so the customer makes sure they get full understanding of what they need to bring on the day of handover. Central lead setup can give you notifications around the emails that you receive to say that you've got a lead delivered. Source of inquiry is the sources of marketing that you conduct to generate inquiries into the business normally. So Auto Trader, email campaigns, etc. Existing customer, you might have something called P360 or Chrysalis, which is a finance system that generates inquiries back into the business for you to load into InquiryMax. But yeah, you can just put any ones you want, and you can see here that you can actually set them with a date range as well. So if you only want a source of inquiry to run for a specific time range, then you would put the source in here, then you choose the date of when you want it to drop off of the list for the execs to choose from, and you can even choose which brands that you want that source of inquiry to be available for. TCF module and the vehicle margins we will cover off on a different video.